welcome. Firstly, wishing all of you a very, very happy Diwali. I hope you guys are having a great time because I'm definitely going to be having a very lovely time right now. Because today I'm sitting with a man who actually needs no introduction, but for me it's a very interesting conversation and I'm dying to know all about him and all about his dreams and all about how he became who he became. I am with none other than Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the man with the Midas touch they call you.
So thanks for your kind introduction and good evening and happy Diwali. You know, Alia, this when people talk to you in such glowing terms, that is the time to be very, very, very alert. Because of the best of the mistakes, the worst of the mistakes are made in the best of the times.
Oh, that's so well said.
And I don't have any Midas touch. It's only God's grace and Elders' blessing.
God's grace, of course, but definitely your grace also. And I really have to know how are you this person that you are today? I would love to know the journey that you went through, because as a kid, did you always know that this is what you wanted to do when you were growing up?
Yeah, I think by the time I was 12, 13, I knew, because my father also used to invest in the market, and he would discuss with his friends about the market. And at the age of 12, 13, people find something fascinating, fighter jets. Most people want to be plane pilots. Somebody wants to be a journalist.
Exactly.
At that age, all my boys are interested in girls. But I was found
you were not interested.
I was more interested in the stock market. So I found the stock market very intriguing because prices used to fluctuate. So that is why the price fluctuates.
Correct.
So my dad then used to try and explain to me, and I got very interested, and I decided at that age that I'm going to make life in the stock market.
So at 12, 13 years old, you decided that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because I honestly, I know we don't do the same thing, but I've always been somebody who knew that I wanted to become an actor ever since I was 4 years old.
Right.
And I was thinking about it because I was okay, and I'm going to come and see you today. I want to know about your journey. And I was wondering as a child, how can you think of, knowing that you want to be this big
See, I had a very independent-minded father who wanted me to do what I enjoyed.
That's
and
lovely.
He could see when I discussed with me and when I read a little, tried to understand, even at that young age, he judged that my aptitude towards the stock market is good.
That's
and then we come from a community which is known for trading and speculative activity.
Correct.
Right? And and then my father always encouraged me. He said, do one thing. He was a government servant. We had no real wealth or no business. So he said, if you don't study, you can become a peon. Otherwise, you do your BCom and do your CA, then you'll have security in life. Suppose you want to go to the stock market and don't succeed, then you can always go, lie back on a job. And I think it's more to do with my father's attitude of letting me do what I want.
But that's actually going to be my next question. I have to commend him for that, because actually the stock market is a very dicey place to kind of set your career in.
Everything which is good in love, good in life is dicey, ma'am, including pretty girls.
Okay, well said once again. I'm going to pick up these one-liners and take it and just say it to people later. So that was amazing of him too. He really had belief in you. And do you thank him for that today? Like, do you really feel grateful?
I think I cannot thank him enough in life. I lost him in 2008. I still miss him. And we used to argue as if, he was a born socialist, I was a born capitalist. And my mother had made a rule, no discussion on the dining table. If you all talk, she won't have dinner. That's the only way she could keep both of us quiet. And we had fierce, disagreements and fierce, if he thought east, I thought west.
Really?
But we had fierce liking and love for each other. And I always lived with my parents. My mother passed away just 2 months ago. But a lot of people used to ask me, your parents live with you? I said, no, I live with my parents.
That's right.
And I think there is really only two gods in life, mother and father. And it's when you have children, you realize the sacrifices your parents have made for you.
Yeah. No, my mother says that to me all the time, that wait till you have a daughter, you wait till you have a son, then you will know exactly what I feel.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously, as children, we don't understand it. So, so tell me about you. Tell me about how is it like when you come back home? How do you unwind? I'm sure the stock market is a very busy, at least it has, seems like to a layman, because I have no idea about the stock market. Let me just put it out there for you guys. I have no idea.
But you know, stock market is like woman. Always commanding, always mistress, always uncertain. Always volatile, always exciting. So if you want to perform well in the stock market, see, stock market is about, as much about psychology as about reality.
Correct.
Right? So unless you have a temperament where you can adjust to the stock market, you cannot succeed there.
So you have to really,
and the only king is the market. There are no kings in markets. All those try to become kings of the stock market went to Arthur Road jail. So market is the king.
so
And you cannot have a good relationship with a woman by browbeating her. The only way you can have, this is something which I have learned really in life.
correct.
The only way you can have is by respecting her, by understanding her, by adjusting with her. That's why markets like women like markets are actually very complementary and similar words. And I have two interests in life, markets and women. Both are concerned with 4-letter words. Markets with risk and women with love.
Oh, that's so. But how do you unwind when you come back home after a heavy day?
Well, I like to read.
Okay.
Then I like to watch some movies.
So you watch movies?
I watch movies.
All movies?
No, not all.
You've also invested in movies and you've also produced films.
Yeah, I don't watch all movies, but I watch a variety of documentaries. I watch a lot of TV dramas. Then I read. Then anything by which I want to shake my body. I'm, laziness and a habit, and unfortunately I have it. Then I unwind my sons will come now,
Okay.
playing carom with them, doing their homework with them sometimes.
So it's very regular.
They're having a drink. I
Just-
love to drink. So that is absolutely.
And you like to cut off, because there are some people who take their work with them at home as well. Because I'm guessing it's for you, it's all in your
I
head.
don't only take my work home, I take it to bed also.
Exactly.
So for me, markets are a passion, an obsession, right? And I cannot, sometimes when I go to holidays, I disconnect.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I'm in Bombay or I'm in
It's very
on my mind 24. I know it is 24 because I not only invest, I trade. So trading, I have to follow day-to-day news. It is so interesting. And the interesting part is not so much the wealth. Wealth is important, I think. But see, it's an ego battle. R.K. Lakshman said, it's the difference of opinion which makes the stock market interesting.
Correct.
For every buyer, there's a seller. For every seller, there's a buyer.
Correct.
So I would like to know, has my opinion going to be right or going to be wrong?
But I read something that you said recently, which is I really like the approach that you take towards the stock market, because I feel you're challenging it constantly in your head and in your mind.
I'm getting challenged.
Exactly. And you said something that if it's a buyer's market, then you sell. If it's selling, then you buy. So you like to do the not obvious.
Absolutely. And about the stock market, there is one golden rule, that there are no rules.
Yeah.
And when history changes, everything changes. When circumstances change. So you decided at the age of 4 to become a heroine?
I decided at the age of 4, yeah. I mean, I'm saying 4 because I'm guessing that was the age where I had any idea of what work was.
And what made you so?
I just remember as a kid being in front of a television and just knowing that I want to be inside that television. That's all I know as a kid. You don't really know how. I used to think that, they live inside that box as a, that idiot box that you call it. As a child, you don't know better. So it started off with that, and obviously the obsession grew, as you were saying. You were obsessed with your work. I was obsessed with the idea of being in that television. So I started asking questions. Little did I know that my father was also, aiding that same television box by making movies, and my mother was an actor, and my full family was in the business. But it started off with just this urge to be there and dance around. I used to watch Govinda and Karishma Kapoor dancing in a garden, then dancing on the road and dancing somewhere else. And I'm like, wow, they have so much fun.
And you used to dance in the bathroom?
I used to dance in the bathroom.
And in the bedroom, be Rani or Jhansi?
In the bedroom, in the car, I was constantly acting to myself. So then I started joining dance classes and all. But then obviously the obsession grew and I realized that there's more to it than just dancing. And then there was no looking back, and the rest is history.
How much do you think the fact that your parents are from the film industry helped you decide and helped you succeed?
I think, like you said, it really gave me a sort of a comfort. When I was to speak about being an actor as a kid, my parents didn't shun me away and say, no, what are you talking about, you know. They were very supportive and very excited. And they said, ye heroine banegi, she's going to be a star, she's going to be this. So that as a kid, I think it gave me, or while growing up, it gave me a lot of motivation that yes, this is something that I can achieve and I will achieve. People used to ask me, you don't have a plan B, you know, what, you know, because I didn't study. I studied till my 12th standard, and after that, I didn't study. They don't have a plan B. What if you don't succeed as an actor? I said, the fact that I don't have a plan B will make me succeed. It's only this one plan.
That's a great attitude.
This is one plan, it's plan A. There's no other plan after this. So that's what.
Are you very close to your parents?
I am very close to them, of course. They've now become like my friends, especially my father. Because
why are you close? Because your father?
Because my father, growing up, he was always working, you know, and very busy. So I would barely get to see him. Now I understand why, because I'm doing the same thing and I know how difficult it is to have a social life and actually meet your family and friends. So I didn't get to spend much time with him. But since I started working, suddenly there's this new relationship. And like he messages me every day, we're talking. And he's somebody who I turn to if I have a doubt, you know, if I have like some concerns, if I'm low. Like for example, one of my films did not do well, really badly. It was my only flop till date and it was my first flop. And the person that I turned to was my father. No one else could help me out in that situation. Everybody was just saying all the wrong things. Strangely, my father was saying all the right things.
How did you handle it?
I handled it like how you deal with a heartbreak. I took a holiday, you know, kind of dealt with it because it is like a heartbreak when something.
So, were you closer to your mother or dad?
I have to say, my father will not be happy, but I am closer to my mother. But I have a new friendship with my father. But you can't choose between your parents, can you? It's
no,
like difficult.
It's like choosing between my twin sons. Yeah,
so what do your sons have to say about what you do? Do they know what you do? Are they aware of like
so
how big you are?
They're only they're not my. I and Rekha as a principal, you know, don't make any effort. In fact, we want to say that they should not understand that we have money or that we are known. And our circle of friends are all you know, normal people. We have no celebrity friends or no rich friends. So they have under no. Alia, I have an ambition. I think wealth is not the source of all happiness. It's a means to an end.
Okay.
So I don't want to achieve what I want to achieve through my sons. For me, if they make a lot of money, I'll be happy. If one fellow wants to be a painter, I'll be happy. If one fellow just wants to relax, I'll be happy. So I feel I give a lot of importance to individualism.
Okay.
So I want my children to be what they want to be.
That's amazing.
And I will, maybe if they ask me, I will try to guide them. If they won't ask me, I'll leave it to them.
But have you made it a point that because you said that you don't want them to know how much money you all have, that, you know, because it is, I mean, there's no doubt that there is a lot of money and you are very, very, you know, wealthy.
They will discover themselves, they'll discover it. But at this age,
do you try and instill like basic values in them, you know, they should.
My wife, ma'am, no wastage is allowed. And we don't, I mean, we send them economic class to lots of places.
Oh, really?
Really, and
oh,
we
that's
don't have,
fabulous.
So we don't have any rich friends. You know, you are influenced with the company you keep. We don't have any rich relatives. Amongst my family, I think I was the richest by far, far, far.
Correct.
So they don't have any atmosphere within them of rich people. Fortunately, although I think they go to a good school called Hill Spring,
Okay.
they have no very rich people coming or big that I have this brand, that brand. Of course, I drive a Merc or a
Correct.
Volvo and they go in a Indian car. So if I tell them I'm going in a Merc, they feel like coming.
Correct.
But it's not that they also have a Merc.
So you want them to go economy, travel by public transport and all that. You went through that journey as well.
I mean, I don't want them to travel by public transport, that Rekha won't allow. I mean, I don't want them to understand that, you know, get a complex because of the money.
Got it.
And get a sense of superiority.
Correct.
I want them to value that. Yeah. What I want for them is my brains, Rekha's nature, independent, integrity, responsibility.
You're not attached at all to you. You seem to be very detached from your money and from the.
I'm detached to the extent that I feel I have far, 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 far more than I need. So even if some 20%, 30, 40% was to go away, I would smoke the same cigarette, drink the same whiskey, drive the same car, go to the same place for a holiday. It's not that if I don't earn, I get. I mean, see, for me, the more the passion, they say, no, the kill is always better. The journey is better than the kill.
Of course.
So for me, the journey is more interesting, and I am in no rat race to be on any list.
But you are on many lists.
Well,
By
I tell someone asked me this question earlier. I said if I say that I would not like to be on the list, I'm lying.
Yeah.
But I'm doing nothing, or getting into competition to ensure that I'm on the list.
Correct.
I do what I enjoy, right, and I do it my way.
Well said. And I totally agree with that. If people ask me that, do you not be like, sometimes people ask me, do you get bothered by people looking at you and all of that? So I said, if they're not looking at me, it's a problem. If they're not looking at me, it's a problem. I can put my chashma on and I don't have to look at them. But if they are not looking at me, I'll be very concerned.
You're very frank, very nice.
Yeah. But
And I'll tell you one thing. Which is your favorite movie star of all time?
Indian film industry or like or
Both Indian and.
I think it's difficult to pick one. It's very, very
Pick two.
difficult.
Not husband and always be two favorites.
I'm very difficult question. I'm a huge Meryl Streep fan. She for me is my the
Absolutely.
epitome of acting, of like just
Very fine actress.
just brilliant. So she's my biggest inspiration as an actress. And from here, I think obviously Mr. Bachchan. I think never.
We have common.
Yeah, but he is, and I think a favorite for everyone.
And what is the dream role of your lifetime?
Dream role. I'm a very moody person. I'm a Piscean. So Pisceans wake up one day, they want to do something, the another day they want to do something else. So I have not, thankfully, at least till now, not attached to myself to any one character or one kind of film. I wake up, I feel like doing a comedy. If a comedy comes my way, I'll do it. I feel like doing a serious, like a true story, I will do that. It really depends on my mood. But I know for one thing for sure, that I want to like tick off all the genres once. I want to do one action film, have to do romantic drama, वैसे तो मैं कर ही रही हूँ, one kind of biopic, one this. So once I've ticked off all the boxes, I'll be like,
You
okay.
want to be a very multi-versatile actress.
Most definitely. I think that's what an actor should be.
And how do you get into the role? How do you get into the character?
I think every process is different. Some directors don't want you to do any preparations for the part. They say just come on set, do your thing, and we'll just like create some magic there. Some directors want you to go through the prep, readings, workshops, sit with them, talk to them. So I'm a director's actor. I do what I'm told, and I go with the flow. I like to do a lot of prep personally, so because I feel a little bit more prepared on set. I don't have to.
You're a
think-
perfectionist.
No, I'm not a perfectionist at all, actually. I like to just be prepared. Like for example, if I'm shooting next month, I have already learned all my dialogues. So I don't have to look at my dialogues even once when I'm on set. I don't have to think about it, not once referring to my dialogues. I learn it a month before. But there are some directors who don't give you dialogues until the day you reach the set, so that every process is different.
What does money mean to you?
Why don't you answer that question to me first?
No, it
Because I was
means-
going my question to you. What does money mean to you?
Well, money means, I don't know, I'm making a house which is very expensive. It allows me to do that. It allows me not to be worried about it anytime. That how will I survive? It gives me the choice to buy what I want, right? It gives me security. It gives me a sense of achievement. I mean, I don't think it gives me the power to give. I think that's very important. Beyond that, I don't think, I say it's important, but it's only a means to an end, not an end in itself.
No, I'm totally on the same page with you. I definitely agree that it's a means to an end. I'm somebody who, and I started making money very young, early on in my life. I started working when I was 17, 18, when I started studying for Student of the Year. And I remember I got my first paycheck, and I got so excited, and I just went and gave it to my mother. I said, Mama, you put this in the bank. I wanted to be responsible because I was like really young. But it's been like that ever since. My mother handles all my money, all my finances. I have no idea.
Thought of giving back to society or charity.
Of course, yeah. I mean, see, that's an ongoing thing. As an actor, as a celebrity, I think everybody, any public figure, should do something to give back. I have started my own animal and planet campaign called Coexist, which is an initiative that I've taken up to basically um, kind of spread awareness about how man and animal need to coexist, and how we need to also coexist with our planet. It's not just with the animals, because as we know, it's just we are going through.
It's a very important point.
Yeah, we're going through the most terrible times with the global warming
if-
hitting
if-
its peak right now.
No, if the imbalance is there in the animal and bird life and men, it could read the food chain could be broken.
Absolutely.
And if the food chain is broken, there could be disaster.
Yes, guys, you all have heard it from the man himself. If the food chain is broken, it'll be a disaster, which is what I'm trying to say. So yes, this is the initiative I've taken up.
So now this is what attracts you to a man?
As of now, I'm not interested in being attracted to any man because the only man I have in my life or any attraction is my work. But I think it's the basic things, yeah. Firstly, sense of humor for me is most important. I am somebody who loves to laugh, as you can see, because I'm giggling away right now. So you make me laugh, I'll be happy. And also not be kind of, what do you say, overwhelmed with the work that I do, because it's difficult. It's difficult.
You
when you're
want
an
them to
actor.
respect your individuality.
Yes, and let me be. I'm somebody who likes to just fly. So that is very important.
ये सब चीजें हैं. I'm not interested in the moment. ये सब चाहने से नहीं होती, होने से हो जाती है. So all this कि I'm not interested, I'm only interested in my work.
But it is a good time right now for me to be interested in that.
I think so.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the institution of marriage?
Marriage is, I don't have any problem with the institution of marriage. I hope to be married someday with some very big babies with big cheeks. That's my dream. But I'm not somebody who thinks about getting married. Obviously, I'm 24 right now, so it's too early for me to get married. But it'll happen. But it's something that it's like the cycle of life. It has to happen.
You look forward to being a mother?
I do. I have a cat. I have 3 cats actually. So recently I have got a cat for my birthday, and I feel like I've become a mother right now already with this cat. I know it seems bizarre, but it feels like that.
No, I know a lot of
Because
couples,
that's
a lot of
the-
individuals who get so much love infection from animals.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not like I don't want kids, but I really feel like, cause I also, as I was mentioning to you earlier, I live alone. So just like me and my cat, and I have so much love and so much affection to give him. But I'm a little worried because I get so concerned if he does even one coo, what will happen to me when I have a child? I'll be like obsessed and not being able to like just like let the child be.
No, it'll correct with time.
No, if I'm anything like my mother, I will be a paranoid personality because my mother is exactly like that.
But you handle your mother, no, your daughter will handle you, don't worry.
No, my mother's handling me. It's the other way around. So should we have some fun? Let's have some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
I'll ask you one, then you ask me one. Or should we just go for it? Let's have some fun. Your favorite stock?
Titan.
What's your favorite movie?
All Guru Dutt's movies.
Okay. Any one in particular?
I mean, what was that? Shahi Bibi, no, Shahi Bibi or Gulam?
Gulam. Huh, okay. Favorite food?
Indian, Italian, Chinese.
That's 3 cuisines.
I'm a foodie.
One particular dish that you just can't live without. Like you
Indian,
love.
Indian.
Indian food.
Ghar ki dal chawal.
Ghar ki dal chawal, na? Best. Do you know your son's class teacher's name?
No.
Do you know which class your son is in?
Of course, third, yeah.
No, some people don't know. My father didn't know which standard I was in. He used to introduce me, here, this is Alia, she's in the 8th standard. I said, Papa, I'm in the 10th standard. You cannot be saying I'm in the 8th standard. Sometimes people don't know, but you don't know the teacher's name. What's your favorite like quote? If something that is really, maybe like you swear by and that really inspires you. A quote.
We make a living by what we make a living by what we earn. We make a life by what we give.
Nice,
That's what Churchill said.
nice.
Another thing Churchill said is all time great, which is very true for life, that we have to lose many a battle to win the war. That means a lot of times in life you face difficulties, sometimes you have to withdraw, right? Sometimes you have to give up in order that you have the strength to win.
But can I ask you something? I know it's difficult, but like, because I most definitely can't. Do you like to lose? Is it something that inspires you more, or do you hate it? Because I hate losing.
It's not a question nobody likes to lose, but the reality is that there is no victory without loss. If there was no loss, then what would victory be? So I think the question is, I think that I'm not afraid to make a mistake, only make one which I can afford. So I may live to make another one. And if I am paranoid that I cannot lose, then I'll get immobilized. I can't take any risk. So, I don't mind losing, but I must learn from that losing. And I must understand that there are certain things in life which are linked to human psychology, where predictability is very low. Like, which movie will be liked, which will not be liked.
Correct.
So, you cannot predict beyond a point.
Yeah.
So, there you are in a profession where uncertainty is built in. So, one thing in life is, rather than our own likings and dislikings, let us understand what reality is and let us adjust to it. So, I'm not afraid to lose. Have you ever felt, let me give it up all and rest and be with my cats and who to the world?
No, this is acting, and my work is something I want to do. I want to say bye-bye to the world from a film set.
And any relationships which have hurt you?
Of course, relationships that have hurt me, that have nurtured me. You only grow with your relationships, and you learn a lot.
And how do you react to all the news on the social media and all the...
I think social media is like bad weather. It comes, but it goes. So you have to just wait it out. And that's the way I have prefer to look at it.
Good maturity at a young age.
I am quite mature, sir. But thank you so much.
Thank
I
you
think
so
we're
much
good on
also.
time. But thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I've had a very, very lovely time. Lots of lovely quotes that I've picked up from you. And I think my favorite one would be the one about the losing. Because there is no victory without
losing.
Without losing.
If there was no losing, there would be no victory. No
On
word.
that note, no victory, no losing. Thank you so much for joining us today. I wish you a very, very happy Diwali.
Same to you, Alisha, and wish you a long, successful career, a great husband, and lovely children.
Thank you so much.